Hello and welcome. Let me begin with a question. Is your organization still trying to manage change, or has it accepted that it's now living in it? For years, organizations have been treating change management like an event, something with a clear beginning, middle, and end. They launch a new system, roll out a policy, and then train their employees, thinking they could then go back to business as usual. My years of experience have shown that those who thought that way weren't so successful at it. Imagine today as there is no business as usual. The pace of disruption has permanently changed the game. I recently came across an article in Forbes that introduced a concept called change fitness, and it couldn't be more relevant right now. Change fitness is the ability for organizations to adapt, adjust, and evolve continuously, not just when a new project starts, but as an everyday capability. Think about what's happening around us. Artificial intelligence is quickly reshaping how work gets done. New government policies are shifting how private and public services operate. Technologies are emerging faster than most organizations can absorb. And, most of all, customers and citizens keep expecting more, faster, and better. This all comes down to realizing that there is no way an organization can achieve its transformations by putting in place multiple isolated projects. And I've seen project management offices, or PMOs as we say, manage anywhere from 25 to 100 projects simultaneously. It makes it quite difficult to keep the perspective on what they seek to achieve as an organization. Instead, organizations must work on overlapping waves of change and determine which projects are linked to each other. This is where change management professionals serve leaders at their best. Organizations can't simply gear up once or twice a year anymore. Leaders and their teams need to be ready all the time. For change practitioners who follow ProSci, this idea is captured in what's called change maturity. Building change maturity is like building a muscle. It doesn't happen overnight. It requires discipline, structure, and repetition. And once that muscle is developed, it gives the organization the strength to pivot, flex, and respond to whatever comes next. But here's the reality. With the speed of change we're facing today, this is no longer optional. Organizations that continue to treat change management as a one-time event risk falling behind. Organizations that thrive will be those that embed readiness into their DNA. Let's talk about the fitness metaphor. Imagine someone who decides to run a marathon but only starts training a month before the race. No matter how hard they work in those few weeks, chances are they won't be ready. They could certainly rely on pure talent, but how far will that take them? Now imagine someone who builds fitness consistently, trains regularly. They keep their body resilient and strong. When the day of the race arrives, they're not scrambling to catch up. They're ready to perform. That's the difference between organizations that treat change as an event and those that are fit for change. Being fit for change means leaders know what is happening and they are aligned and decisive. Teams are resilient and adaptable, ready to change gears when needed. Processes and systems support agility. And most importantly, the organization's culture embraces learning instead of fearing disruption. Let's take a moment to think about what we are seeing across some industries. But isn't it true this couldn't be more aligned with what we're seeing in the public sector today? Teams are being asked to implement new systems, adopt new policies, and adjust to new structures constantly. Yet many still approach these shifts like they're a one-time rollout. They expect to train people once, cut the ribbon, and move on. The result? Resistance, frustration, and fatigue. By contrast, the organizations that invest in building their change fitness respond differently. They anticipate change. They pivot quickly. They view disruption as an opportunity to evolve, not just as a problem to manage. And that ability to turn change into opportunity has become the new competitive advantage. So here's your key takeaway from this module. Change isn't a phase anymore. It's a muscle. And just like any muscle, it can be trained, strengthened, and built over time. Think about what that fitness looks like, how to measure it, and most importantly, how to build it inside your organization. But for now, I'll leave you with one question to reflect on. How fit is your organization today for the constant changes it faces?